Welcome back to I'm a Mom What Else, the podcast where we share inspiring stories of moms and moms to be who are making a difference in the world. And today I have a very special guest. She's a singer. She can sing even in Portuguese.
I try.
And she's also an entrepreneur and a mom to be. Please welcome Amelia Ong.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming back because we are taping this for the second time.
My pleasure. It's the second time we have to talk more, right? We didn't have enough time to talk anyway.
Exactly. We like to, we Brazilians like to talk a lot.
We Indonesians like to talk a lot, so
So that's a great match. So before we dive into all the experience of being pregnant for the first time, can you please share your background?
Oh. Okay. Well, my name is Amelia Ong. I am a jazz singer. I studied music. And because of Corona, we were kind of forced to dive into other possibilities of making money because all the music festivals, music scene in general was kind of stopping. So we kind of venture out to other businesses, F&B. I have a protein smoothie bar, a coffee shop kind of thing, and a little resort in Java.
Yeah.
And I'm a mom to be. I'm 6 months pregnant.
Yeah, I didn't get to know that you had so many things going on in your life in your entrepreneurial side. Because when I first met you, I thought you were a singer, which is already like a very busy life.
Yeah.
As a musician,
Yeah.
we know that. And Amelia, she sings beautifully. You need to check her on. It's like you have available on Spotify.
I am. My albums are on Spotify. My singles are on Spotify, so you can check me out.
Yes, so check there, Amelia on here on Spotify. I'm gonna put here the link. So go and check. So Amelia, how it's been for you being pregnant for the first time?
Yeah.
Not in your hometown.
Yeah.
In Bali, and venturing in new businesses. How it's been this experience for you?
Whew, I'm telling you, I am thankful. I'm so grateful that this baby has been the easiest. Well, what I've heard from other people, this has been really, really easy pregnancy. I haven't got the morning sickness. I haven't got the cravings. I haven't got any other pregnancy symptoms. Now, I guess now I'm on my 6th month. I'm starting to feel a little bit of back pain here and there. But other than that, because I need to travel for my work. The little business that I have in my hometown in Java, I have to travel. Before it was once a month. So I was 3 weeks in Java, 1 week in Bali, 3 weeks in Java, 1 week in Bali.
Wow.
When I came back, I got pregnant. I still go back. Hopefully, well, supposedly like once a month.
Yeah, that's super challenging because the first trimester we usually just want to sleep. And even though if you don't have the morning sickness, you feel pretty weak because the baby is really taking all your energy.
True. And believe it or not, on my first trimester, the first 2 months, I was in the middle of renovation for my juice bar, the protein smoothie. So every day I had to go from my house to the smoothie place on the bike, looking after all the construction, and it's amazing. I think because I try not to think about my physical limitation. I think the baby kind of just rolls with it.
Yeah, I truly believe that the baby really adjusts to our life. But the physical aid that comes with the growth of the baby, it really impacts into our daily routine. And you might start experience and feeling this pro now.
Yeah.
You mentioned a little bit of back pain and like a little bit more of gas.
Yeah, well, soon I think. Maybe not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
That depends on the food as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and also about exercise. If you're
there
moving
you go.
more, like if you're walking more, and
Yeah.
it definitely helps.
Yeah.
But can you share with us so far what has been the most change into your routine as a pregnant?
To be honest, it has affected a lot of my singing part. well, I'm taking a little bit of break. I'm taking less and less gigs because normally the music scene, it starts nighttime. I mean,
Yeah.
usually I would have gigs that starts at 11 p.m. And now I can't do that anymore because at 8:30 I'd probably like I want to be in bed. I might not be asleep yet, but my body wants to be in bed.
Yeah.
Second, those places are normally full of smoke. People smoke inside. I have to avoid that. So that's the biggest change. I am actually looking for gigs that starts at 7, start at 7:30.
Yeah, so these are the one I usually like to go because I also just like very much smoky place, and as a mom, I need to wake up early.
Yeah, so that's what I've really seen with all of my friends that has kids. That change that we have during pregnancy, the earlier nights, it just doesn't go back. Once you're a mom, you just kind of your cap is at 9:30, isn't it, or 10?
Yeah. So you are already being aware of this. So how are you planning for the arrival of your first baby?
Ooh, to be honest with you, me and my husband has been pretty relaxed, maybe too relaxed. The thing is, I've looked after my two nephews and two nieces in the past. So in terms of when the baby comes, I'm not too worried.
Yeah.
However, I have been pushing my husband to do a lot of reading.
Yeah, I think you should push him because he should definitely help you.
Because I told her, baby, if it's the newborn stage, you're not going to know what's going on. They can't speak to you, they can't tell you what they're feeling. You just got to know. And even then, there's no real textbook to prepare you for that, isn't it? You just, as a parent, you know.
You feel because everybody has different timing, different needs.
Yeah.
And then it needs to have like an argument between the two of you.
Yeah. So I guess in terms of that, yeah, we're still pretty relaxed. About organizing the baby stuff, that's pretty relaxed as well.
Yeah, but how about your career? How are you preparing to to manage this? Like with the arriving of your baby, you have been already facing the chance of, or you are already giving up of some jobs in the late evening.
Yeah.
So how it's been for you to think about this new schedule?
Yeah.
Because you at the beginning you have a newborn, so obviously you get back to work, but how it's gonna be the new schedule?
So I've prepared myself mentally to have a break. Let's say minimum 6 months from the day that she's born, minimum 6 months up to a year, right? Of no work. That's a
Zero. You're gonna miss the
for sure. I mean, but I have to prepare myself mentally for that
Yeah.
because I know how I'm going to feel.
mentally and also financially, because in the moment that you take a break, your income, your job.
Correct. Yep.
So
And that's why I'm working really hard right now. I mean, I'm blessed that I can still travel. I'm trying to organize everything so that when the day comes, I can just sit back and relax. But also, I am preparing with my husband for him to kind of take over my job while I'm having this break. 6 months to one year. I mean, it takes teamwork.
Yes, and how it's been this conversation between you guys, because I think a lot of couples they really struggle with that. They usually don't talk, and then when the baby comes, there is not much talk. There's nothing really previously agreed, and then the discussions and the stress it starts happening. So can you share with us what you think that it's being important to point it out with your partner?
To be honest, with my husband, it's not so much of a discussion kind of conversation. It's more of just me warning him what's going to happen. Because I think women naturally just know what they're going to face. They can feel it in their body because
Yeah.
in the process of the first month until the 9 month of you being pregnant,
Yeah.
your body's already changing so much.
Yeah.
You know, and
Not just physically, but emotionally, because the whole game of hormones, everything changed so much.
and with the how advanced technology is now, everybody can just Google and read articles about what's going to happen. So we're preparing ourselves a lot more. But men, especially first time dads, a lot of people tell me it just doesn't sink in until the baby is born. Then they're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this is the reality. You know?
Right. Now I have to react.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, I can tell him as many warnings as possible or discussions or topics as possible, but it's never going to kind of be real enough until the baby's born. I'm just gonna trust the process.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the thing is, I need to have trust in my husband that he can rise up to the occasion together with me. We're gonna be on the same page. And I feel bad, you know. The thing is, we are experiencing all these wonderful feelings during pregnancy. The bond between the baby, we feel the kick, we feel every movement, and they don't get to experience that, you know. So I can't have too much expectation that he's on
Yeah.
the same page as me.
Yeah,
because
they are not.
we're not. Yeah. So once the baby is born, hopefully he can catch up. And if he doesn't, I need to help him. You know, it's a teamwork. So
Yeah, but that's very important for you to understand that because, uh, well, we after you give birth and
Yeah.
even during the pregnancy, both phases are quite challenged because you're not yourself.
Yeah.
That's so much going on.
yeah,
And it's very hard for you to have this concentration and this well being really wise to notice that you need to be patient
Yeah.
as well
yeah.
because you are learning
Yeah.
and you are living and feeling everything, but for another person to react
Yeah.
to all this, like how can he react to something that's not really happening?
Correct. Yeah. And then it goes both ways, Lorrayne. The thing is,
Yeah.
I said that I shouldn't have these expectations from him because he's not going through what I'm going through. But I also told my husband that once I become a mom, I hope that he doesn't have such a high expectation of how I become as a mother, because that's harsh. You know, I think the society these days have so much expectation and picture of how you should be as a mom, how you should be as a pregnant woman, what you should feel, how you should look after or before, or how big should your belly be. There's so many expectations outside. So I told my husband as well, as long as you don't have expectations of me as well, as how to, you know, oh, that's not a good mother or this and that. You know, it works both ways. As long as we're a good team, we're working together with it. I think it should go pretty okay. But you know, don't quote me. The baby's not born yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you might change a little bit after giving birth, but yeah, I think for everybody, you really need to be aware that you will be different.
Yeah.
Your feelings, everything's gonna be different. That doesn't matter how much you read.
Yeah.
That is no guarantee
Yeah.
that it's gonna be perfect the
Yeah.
way that you plan.
Yeah.
Because it's completely different and transformative experience.
Yeah.
And it's very challenging and it's very stressful and
Yeah.
it's very exhausting.
Yeah.
And you might cry and
Yeah.
question yourself, oh, what
Am I doing the right thing?
yeah, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Was it a good choice?
Yeah.
You know, you question yourself a lot
Yeah.
because you're afraid.
Yeah.
You are exhausted, and what really happens to women, and not just the woman, some fathers as well, when the baby is born, is the lack of sleep.
Oh, yeah.
How can and doesn't matter if you gave birth or not, for any person.
Yeah.
If you don't
Yeah.
sleep,
Yeah.
you will not have a good day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't function normally either.
No.
No. So, and I think the word we're looking for and the word that I've been using in my household is be realistic. You know, be realistic parents, be a realistic husband, be a realistic wife. That came back to that the expectation thing. The thing is, what was realistic back then in my parents' generation, the way they raised me, might be different of how it is to become a realistic parents these days.
Yes.
That time has changed so much, you know.
Totally.
So I think as long as we stay realistic to each other, I think we should be fine.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Like, just be realistic, talk a lot with your partner.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate to ask for help. Like, call your mom, your friend, your neighbor,
Yeah.
who will be there for you to help. And don't think that's like, oh, I can handle this.
Yeah.
No, don't think you can.
Yeah.
Just accept if somebody offer you some help.
Yeah.
Just accept this help. Like, and try to sleep.
Yeah.
For me, I think 70% of the problems during the postpartum is related to the lack of sleep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you are well rested, for me, like, I had my mom here with me when my both kids were born, so I couldn't really trust my babies. It was not a nanny or anyone else. It was my mom. So I had 100% of sure that my baby was well taken care
Yeah,
of.
of course.
So I can really sleep. It's like, okay, I will take the baby. So I was basically a cow. I would just breastfeed.
Yeah.
That was my job.
Yeah.
My job in the first days was basically just focus on breastfeeding. When I was not breastfeeding,
Yeah.
I was just trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And you need to relax, because if you don't relax, you affect your milk production and everything else. So it's like, it's a really game of hormones. And the biggest challenge for me is keep all these hormones balanced.
Yeah.
It's like cortisol, the dopamine, everything balanced. And just trust in your instincts.
Exactly.
I'm quite sure that you experience the mom's instincts right now.
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, but you're right, and I think a lot of women still feel ashamed to ask for help. Especially if their parents are not here or the in-laws are not here, and maybe they don't want to face the judgment. Oh, you're a mom. Why are you asking for help and choose to sleep for yourself instead of taking care of babies? I don't want to have that kind of I don't know. I think a lot of women still feel judged that way,
Yeah.
and they shouldn't. And I think as friends, we should offer help, don't we?
Yes. Help and also escapes as well. So when I gave birth to Liv, I was in Bali. So here I had friends, I had a social life.
Yeah.
And then I was really like on the mom mode and doing everything, but I felt the need of feeling sexy and dressing up, and I had the option to leave the baby. So it was actually very good. My first time going out was 15 days after giving birth.
No.
I was pretty lucky with both pregnancies, the postpartum, all the healing. And I had C-section, but it was very fast.
Yeah.
So when I was 2 weeks after giving birth to Liv, me and my mom, we went out to a club with my friend. Yeah. My friend was leaving Bali, so she was a kind of farewell.
Yeah.
So I put a very short dress, super sexy and huge. I said, well, Liv was very easy baby.
Yeah.
And so I just breastfed her already with all the makeup ready.
Yeah.
And then I left and was just 1 hour and a half.
Yeah.
And my husband was here watching her, and he probably obviously would call me.
Yeah.
But I had pumped milk just in case of emergency. But luckily nothing happened. So I had 90 minutes to go and
Of
come
escape.
back.
Yeah.
It was an escape, and it
Yeah.
was great because I was, and no need of drink or nothing. It's just about
Yeah.
getting out and having this like social.
It's something for yourself
Well, yeah,
that makes you feel good.
yeah,
Yeah, because it also affects the hormones.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And I think we should, well, hopefully our friends, our communities won't judge those sort of things, because the reality is we need it.
Mhm. Totally. So, how you can picture yourself right after giving birth?
To be honest, I've always wanted to be a mom since I was maybe 20, 21 years old. I thought I was going to have my first kid at 23, going to have them all by 25. But having my first kid at 32, um, I really want to dedicate my time for that first newborn phase, the first year. That's why I told you I'm readying myself mentally and everything else for at least 6 months to a year of no work.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy that. I really enjoyed looking after my newborn nephews and nieces. Um, I can picture myself still as a working mom in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I will never give up on music. And I think that's where it falls beautifully because I can do my job as I'm doing now. I'm still singing and bringing my baby in my belly everywhere. It's crazy because technically I don't like singing while sitting down because it affects my diaphragm.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm pregnant, all the venues are asking me, "Would you like a chair?" I was like, "No, I don't need a chair. I can't sing well." Oh, but you're gonna be so tired on your feet for a whole 60 minutes. I'm like, "No, don't worry. Trust me. The baby will love it, and the baby loves it.
Yeah.
The baby loves the piano. Every time my friend Irsa does a little solo, she's always kicking, and it gives me such butterflies inside. So I think she knows when I'm enjoying something. She's enjoying it as well. But I can't wait to bring her when she's born to my gigs as well. You know what I mean? And I want to know how she will interact and how she will react to this music that I'm singing. That's what I really can't wait about. So back to what you're asking, I can see myself still as a working mom. Hopefully, my career in music will continue, and involving my kids in there as well. Hopefully, they will fall in love with music and be a musician too.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing
Thank you.
your experience and a lot of insights. So, if you can give any advice for moms to be who are also entrepreneur and are really struggling and fearing about how it's gonna be their life
Yeah.
after giving birth, what
Yeah.
it is.
Well, to be honest, it's about balance. If you're a mom to be and you're an entrepreneur as well, try to do everything in balance. Listen to your body, but also don't baby your body too much. I feel that when you're doing something that you love, if this business is your passion, when you do it, it also gives your baby joy. Um, that's what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are going to be a working mom or you are already a working mom to be, just keep being healthy, keep your body and your baby's health in mind as a priority, but keep doing what you're doing and loving it and thriving in it.
Yeah, thank you very much for this
Thanks, babe.
lovely word. And thank you for coming back again.
My pleasure.
Guys, if you want to check out Amelia's songs, just go to her Spotify, which is here. And if you get to know Lorrayne Body want to have a very delicious and healthy smoothies, go and check her
Refill Bali.
Refill Bali.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for staying with us and see you on the next episode.